Recording in progress.
Right. Okay, Lamai. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good
sir.
evening, sir.
Evening. Uh, Today, my focus is to discuss one part of cost of production lesson and some questions of your term test paper. Some questions of your term test paper. Right. Here we go. I'm going to start with the production process. Last day, Kalana, did you watch recording?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt? Right. Then I'm not going to explain costing economics again. I mean, the difference between economic cost and accounting cost. You can see the screen I'm sharing. Remoni, can you hear me? Good evening. Yeah, we have just started. You can join it. For the sun cost, I'll discuss this later on after completing few subtopics. I'll do sun cost, right? Just skip sun cost part and come to the production process. Production process page number 11. Production cost, sorry, production process. Process. Right. But everyone knows that production is, we can say, to convert inputs into outputs, right? As I explained last day, every firm or every organization is responsible to convert input output, which are used to satisfy human needs and wants, right? Goods and services. So production is simple way we can say, Lamai, production is a process of converting inputs into output. That's very simple, right? If you go into any organization, there is a, I mean, production process and also a production process where inputs are converted into outputs. Okay, not only manufacturing business. Go into garment factory, Buddha. You can see there is a production process. They are converting into outputs. And also, Buddha, there's a production process mean technological methodology. There should be a technical methodology part to convert input out, right? And then press point says production is the process which converts into output. It's very simple. The final output of production process is goods and services, yes, which are used to satisfy human needs. And Putta, here you can write down this. Right? You can write down, there's a small box. Inside the box, you can write down this simple chart. What is a chart, Lama? This is production process. Every organization does converting inputs into outputs, right? Here, inputs there, inputs. Right? Then put in, then finally output there. Output. So the output mean goods and services. Output mean goods and services. Then in between these two, there is a process that is called production process. It's called production process. Production process. Production process. Right? Inputs mean Buddha mainly resources. Inputs mean mainly resources. Can you write this down? Output means goods and services. Goods and services. Right? Now, when converting inputs into outputs, there should be a production process. This is a technological, very well specified, established technical process should be there. Okay, it should be, I mean, very specified technical process. This is technical methodology. Technical methodology. But if you go example into private bank or government bank, BOC or commercial bank, you can see they convert inputs into outputs, Lamai. But it's a service. It's not like a garment factory or the manufacturing, the business producing something. I mean, good like rice or something. It's a service providing organization which also has a certain production process. They convert inputs into outputs. Their production process is different. Their production process is different. If you go into garment factory, Buddha, you can see, the cutting segment is there, right? Sewing segment is there, ironing, packing. Okay, the lama. That is a technical process. Technical process where inputs are converted into outputs. If you have any doubt, let me know. Write this down. The tute. Okay, the lama. Let me know once you are done. Lama, shall we move on?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Simple. Remoni, Punara, Dipna.
Okay, sir.
Right. Right. Lama, next point. Production function. This is really important point, Lama. Right? Production function and short run, long run. Right? This is, it has been one of the past paper questions. Right? The examiner tests every year this part. Difference between short run, long run, difference between short run production function and long run production function. Okay, the Lamai. So please concentrate, Lamai. Please pay your attention on this part. Is really important point, especially in second paper question. Production function. Right, listen very carefully. Now, what is mean by function? we have already discussed that demand function, supply function. What is mean by function? Anyone? Function. Yes. Function, Lamai. Yes. Oh, tell me, Lamai. What is mean by function? Demand function, supply function. What do we do in a function? Why do we need a function? Why is function used? What is the purpose? What does it indicate? Pariyam. Yes, Kalana.
Role of production.
No, I mean, I'm just asking Dipna the meaning of function, not production function. Forget production function. I'm just asking what is mean by function. Demand function, we have learned. Supply function. What is mean by function? If you see this word, what comes to your mind instantly? Yes, Kalana?
A mathematical relationship.
Very good. Mathematical relationship is function function indicates mathematical relationship between two variables. What are the two variables in mathematics? Independent and dependent. So remember, Lamai, function indicates the relationship between two variables. Example, demand function. What does it indicate to the relationship between quantity demand and determinants of demand? And also, can you remember in between two variables, there is a that called the equal sign. If you see equal sign, it should be a mathematical relationship. Mathematical relationship. Are you okay with this? So this is production function. Production function. Production function also is a type of mathematical relationship. Mathematical relationship, right? Example of my demand function. Quantity demand of a product basically depends on this the component indicates the function, right? The function of depends on what? Determinants of demand, price of the product, prices of other products, what else, Lama? Income of consumers. This is called demand function. Okay, the Lama, right? This is dependent variable. These are independent variables in the demand function. Today we are going to discuss production function. The production function shows the mathematical, or we can say technological relationship between inputs and outputs. What and what? Inputs and outputs. Here we use Q. Q indicates output. Quantity or output of a production firm basically depends on, it equals or basically depends on inputs, Lamai. Basically depends on inputs. We use two inputs. These are abbreviations in economics. First one, capital. K used for capital. K indicates capital because we know we have to use factors of production, Lamai. Land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship. And don't ask why can't we use C? Capital starts with letter C. No, this is the abbreviation, Lamai. We can't change that, right? Another one is V, sorry, L. L is used for labor, indicate labor. There can be other variables as well. Okay, the other variables as well, K and L. This K and L are inputs, They indicate inputs such as capital and labor. Simple. Then remember, these are inputs. Okay, the so quantity or output which is produced by a production firm basically depends on inputs they use, lamai. If they want to have a, you know, the high amount of, right, larger quantity of output, they need to use more inputs, lamai. Right? Example, if we increase inputs, if we increase more labors, more machinery, or other resources, raw materials and all, example with the raw materials also input, right? So if we increase this side, what happens to output? Output also increases. If we use less amount of resources, inputs, output also, it will be low. Are you okay with this? So this is called production function. What is simple idea of production function? Production function, remember this is the basic idea. Okay, this is the, we can say, the starting point of a big lesson. Right? We are going to go, right, deeper and deeper and deeper. Right? So this is the basic starting point of a big lesson. So please pay your attention on what I'm talking. Don't do anything. Then what is mean by production function? No need to memorize, Lamai. No need to blindly memorize. What is mean by production function? Production function is the mathematical relationship, or we can say it shows that it indicates technical relationship between inputs and outputs in the production process. Now you know what production process is, right? So this is called production function. Can you tell me, Buddha, what are the dependent and independent variables here? This is very important when drawing graphs. To label axes, Lamai. What is dependent, what is independent variable in this production function? Punara. Yes. What is dependent, what is independent? What is dependent, what is independent? Hurry up. I need answers. Sadil, we are in page number 11, right? 11 or 12. Production function. Alana? What is dependent, what is independent in this function?
Inputs are the independent
Yes,
variable.
inputs are independent. Why? When we change inputs, Puta, output automatically changes. Or in other words, we can say output of production process is changed by inputs we use in the production. So this is dependent variable. Inputs are independent variables. Independent. Are you okay with this? This is called production function. Called production. Any doubt, Lamai? No. Put a star mark and write down production function. Production function, write down. It indicates the technical relationship. Technical relationship, or we can say the mathematical relationship. No doubt. Mathematical relationship between inputs and outputs of a production process. production. Okay, the Buddha. Then you can please get it done. You can write down the production function inside the box given. This is the production function. So the after equal sign, you can see sign of function. It is not FR. This Greek word is used to indicate the relationship, or we can say the main idea is depends on quantity of a production process, basically depends on inputs we use. Let me know once you are done. ළමයි දැන් සමහර අය මෙහෙමත් කියනවා පාස් පේපර්ස් වල එම දැකී සමහර වෙලාවට යාලා කියනවා දැන් production function shows the required inputs which are used to produce a particular output level. එමත් හරි ළමයි. Because relationship between inputs outputs නේ ළමයි. ඒකට එමත් හරි කියන්න පුළුවන්. The required input level of inputs which is the required level of inputs which is needed to produce particular or given level of output. Let me know once you are done, lamai. I'm waiting for your response.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Right, next one. Then I have given that point as well. Production function. Can you see the screen? Yes. Production function provides a maximum amount of output that can be obtained from given number of inputs. Lamai. මේමත් හරි ළමයි. මේ definition හරි. If you are given 4 marks for production process, Puta, assume you are given a question, right? Asking what is production, what is mean by production function, 4 marks. Then in addition to basic definition, Puta, you can add this some additional points as well. Okay? Or it reflects minimum amount of inputs required to get a given level of output. Okay, then these definitions are also okay. To simplify the idea of the production process. Now remember this production process or this production analysis. In economics, it is called production analysis. It is not simple lesson now. But so one of the, can say, the biggest lesson in the syllabus. Okay, mathematics, especially mathematics and statistics. Advanced mathematics and statistics can be used in the production process to make decisions, right? So in your level, we are not going to discuss that much, but up to certain level, we have mathematics and calculations, especially graphs. Okay. Next one, to simplify the idea of production process. That's why I told you to simplify, because this is a big lesson, right? Very complicated area. So to simplify this production process idea of production process, we can generally divide production process into 2 stages, lamai. 2 stages. First one, write down, lamai. short run production process. First one, write down short run production process. Short run. Short run production process. Production process. That actually should be process or price process. Short run production process. Short run production. Okay, the Buddha. And sometimes it is called economic short run as well. Economic short run. Because Buddha, in accounting, you might have learned that short-term assets and long-term assets. මතකද ඔයාලට ළමයි? මොනවද ඒවට කියන්නේ? Lifetime is less than 1 year. Those assets are called current assets. නේද ළමයි? Current assets නේද? අර cash and the cash and equivalent and stocks. නේද ළමයි? Those are short-term assets. මතකද ළමයි? And if assets are long-term, we can use them more than 1 year in the production process. So business, we can say those are long-term assets. So what is the word ළමයි? Land building. ඒවට මොනවද ළමයි accounting වල කියන්නේ ඔයාලා?
Non-current assets.
Non-current assets. අර එහෙම categorization එකක් නෙමෙයි ළමයි මේක. Clear? මේ short run, long run කියන්නේ ළමයි මේ time period එකක් නෙමෙයි. Clear ද ළමයි? It doesn't indicate any time period at all like accounting. No, this is totally different. That's why we say economic short run, not just short run. Short run concept in economics is a different idea. It's not about time period. Okay, the lama. Right. Second one, long run production process. Second one is long run production process. Long run production process. Long run production. This is called the economic long run. What is it called? Economic long run. Economic long run. Okay, the lamai. Right. Then I'm going to explain the difference between short run and long run. Okay, the lamai. Then listen to me very carefully. Don't try to memorize blindly. Difference between short run and long run. Understand the concept, logic behind the lesson, lamai. Then you can eat. Okay, the lamai. I'm going to explain this the difference between long run and short run. All example. Listen to me very carefully. Let's say Sandil and Kalana. Right? Both of you have decided to start a garment factory. Okay? Kalana wants to start separate garment factory. Sandil also has decided to start a garment factory. Okay, the Buddha. Right. Tell me what are the resources which are required in a garment factory? Yes. To produce clothes or apparel, lamai, what are the resources we need? Yes. What are the resources we need? Lamai, to produce clothes, what are the basic resources we need? Yes.
Clothing material.
Material, fabric, cotton, machinery, workers. Okay, the lamai, other raw materials, and yes, threads, and what else? Electricity, water might be. Yeah, these are the inputs. Right. Then both of you start these two garment factories on 1st of January 2025 or 6. Alana and Sandeep. Right. Starting another. Both of you start two factories on same date, right? 1st of January 2026. Right. So assume the Colorner's garment factory, the output capacity now this factory is producing, let's say, 1,000 units. This is the maximum of the production capacity, 1,000 units, right? Sundeal also producing 1,000 units. Okay, the lamai. Kalana has 10 laborers or workers, 10 workers, and one machine one machine. Now remember the one machine mean in garment factory it's cost, the high cost, right? And one building, right? One building. Sundeal also has one machine and one building. Okay, the right. Both Kalana and Sundeal want to increase production up to 2,000, up to production capacity, or they want to increase production up to 2,000. Sundeal also wants to increase production up to 2,000. I told you in the production process, Putha, there's a relationship between inputs and outputs. If you want to increase outputs, Putha, you have to increase inputs which are used in the production process. Am I correct or wrong? Tell me, Lamai. Without increasing inputs, Putha, can you increase output? My God. If you want to increase output, Lamai, from 1,000 to 2,000, you have to increase inputs as well. Okay, the Lamai. Then Putha, Kalana, assume Kalana has recruited another 5 workers and Kalana has purchased more raw materials to produce, expand the production capacity from 1,000 to 2,000. Sundeal also doing same thing, Putha. Because when increasing production, we can increase some inputs easily. Understand the point? We can increase output, Putha, we need to increase inputs. Some inputs such as workers, raw materials, right? Maybe power, electricity and all can be increased easily, Lamai, in the production process. But when it comes to machinery, buildings and transport vehicles, Lamai, can we increase them, quickly or easily? No, it takes time, right? So at the beginning, Lamai, Kalana and Sandeep, right? Both of you won't be able to increase some inputs. While you increase some input, yes, like raw materials and labors, it's okay. It's mean, Buddha, some inputs cannot be used in order to increase the output. Are you okay with that? Some inputs can be changed. Some inputs cannot be changed easily. Okay, the Laman. Right. Then, anyway, if you want to increase production capacity, Lamai, especially if you want to expand production capacity into a bigger level, right? The high capacity Buddha, you have to increase inputs, right? Then assume Kalana, right? Kalana's business started 1st of January 2026. Then Buddha, Kalana is increasing or Kalana is conducting business up to, let's say, put up 30th of June by increasing some inputs, only labors, raw materials, and some electricity, right? Some inputs. Same machine, right? One machine, one building, right? But increasing some inputs such as labors and raw materials. Okay, the Buddha. This time period is called short run. This time period is called short run. The main point or the main the important point of short run, the main the characteristics of short run is Buddha. It's a time period where all factors of production cannot be changed. It doesn't mean that all factors of production cannot be. No, some like building machinery depends on the production process, right? Maybe vehicles. Okay, the lamai. So if producers are not able to change all factors of production, all resources in order to increase the production, that time period is called short run. It can be at least one input lamai. Assume Kalana is trying to increase all inputs excluding building. Right? Kalana can increase all inputs, but Kalana cannot increase the building. Kalana is not able to buy another building. Right? Kalana's ability is low because only 6 months has passed, gone, right? Since you started the business. Okay, the Lamai. You are trying to increase Puta, right? You need to increase all inputs. You know that if you have purchased another building, you can double or you can increase production capacity, but you can't do that. Are you okay with that? This is called short run. Assume Buddha, after 6 months, Kalana has decided to increase all inputs lamai. Kalana hitana මේක හරියන්නේ නැහැ මේක මේ labors ටිකක් අරගෙන raw materials ටිකක් අරගෙන මේ වැඩේ කරන්න බෑ. හරිද? ගොඩක් production capacity එක expand කරන්න නම් ඕක හරියන්නේ නැහැ මට building එකක් ගන්න වෙනවා. building එකකුත් ගන්නවා, තව machines ටිකකුත් ගන්නවා. මම කියන එක clear ඇති. Okay ද ළමයි? Then Buddha, if producer is able to change all inputs, what is the point Buddha? All inputs, right? In order to increase the production, that time period is called, that concept is called long run. That concept is called long run. Again, lamai Kalanaga business එක පුතා for plus 6 months, Kalana is conducting the business, the short run production is where all factors of production cannot be changed, while some factors of production are changed. In the long run, lamai, all factors of production can be changed. So that normally this long run production process is talking about large scale firms that John Keel's වගේ firm එකක් ගන්නකො එයාලට output එක double කරන්න ඕන නම් ළමයි මොන input එකක් එයාලට increase කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ capacity එක එයාලට තියෙනවා ළමයි. හරියද? ඉතින් එයාලා ඉන්නේ කොහොමත් එහෙම කියන්න බෑ මම මේ කියන්නේ normal example. Okay ද ළමයි? Normally the long run businesses belong to large scale businesses. Right? They produce a large quantities of output. Okay, the lamai. So in Kalana's business, the plus 6 months goes to the 6 month time period goes to short run. After that, Kalana's business long run starts. Are you okay with this? Then assume the Sandil business. Assume Sandil has a lesser capacity than Kalana. Okay, the lamai. Then plus 2 years. For plus 2 years, Kalana is conducting this business. Sandil is trying to expand the output by increasing only raw materials and workers. Right? Sandil is not able to buy machine or so increase all inputs up to plus 2 years. After plus 2 years, after the 2 years gone, then Sandil has ability to increase all inputs in order to increase the output. Then Buddha, in this business, Sandil's business, plus 2 years. Plus 2 years indicate short run production process. Kalaner's business long run starts after 2 years. Not Kalana, sorry, Sandhi. Kalaner's business long run starts after. What I need to say, Puta, even in the same business, same industry, short run and long run, okay, is a, we can say, Puta, they are subjective concepts. It depends on the business. And also it depends on the ability of the producer. Okay, the ability of increasing all inputs. If you go into a business and ask to the producer, in order to increase output level, can you increase all inputs? Or any output, any input, is there any input cannot be changed? Then if he says, yes, Buddha, I have tried my best to increase all inputs, but I have not been able to increase machines or let's say building. Then Buddha, that business goes to short run. That business goes to short run. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with this? Are accounting
Okay, sir.
yeah, if it is less than 1 year, ඒවා short run, more than 1 year, එහෙම කියන්න බෑ ළමයි. මේක time period එකකින් කියන්න බෑ. يعني specific time period එකක් නෑ. හරියටම කියන්න බෑ අපිට after 1 year the long run of production process starts. එහෙම කියන්න බෑ ළමයි. It depends on the producer's ability to change all factors of production. Okay, the lamai. Puta, if you can see at least one factors of production which cannot be changed in the production, that production process. Are you okay with this? At least one. Understand the point. If all factors of production, all resources can be changed, Puta, that goes to long run. Any doubt? Punara, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Alana, Moni, Sandeep.
Yes.
Okay. I'll repeat, Puta. Remember, this is not all about specific time period. This is not like accounting. Okay, right. Let's move to definition. Short run production. The starter. Puta, you need to write this down. This example. Yes. දැන් ළමයි ඔය මේ අපි ගන්න නොරොච්චෝල් මොකක්ද අර අපි කියන්නේ අපි ජේ නොරොච්චෝල් පවර් ප්ලාන්ට් මේ දවස්වල ලොකු ප්‍රශ්නකුත් තියෙනවනේ ළමයි. ඕල් වල ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවනේ. දැන් ඔය ඒ වගේ ලොකු පවර් ප්ලාන්ට් එකක ළමයි ලෝන් රන් එක හිතා ගන්නත් බෑ ළමයි. කෙනෙක් ලේ. එයාලා ගොඩක් වෙලාවට වැඩ කරන්නේ ෂෝට් රන් වල. ඇයි? එයාලට ඕල් ඉන්පුට් නෑ ළමයි. පවර් ප්ලාන්ට් එකක් හදනවා කියන්නේ ඒක හිතා ගන්නත් බෑ. ඉලෙක්ට්‍රිසිටි ජෙනරේෂන් ගන්නකො ළමයි. මොකක් හරි යාලගේ ලෝන් රන් හරි අමාරුයි ළමයි. ලෝන් රන් එක තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි ලොකු ටයිම් එකක්. Because they are not able to change all factors of production. They can increase the capacity. They can increase the production capacity by increasing only some inputs. Maybe coal, workers, and other raw material. Some inputs are permanently fixed. That's why I told you this is a totally subjective concepts, and also it depends on the business, nature of the business and ability of the producer. Clear the number. Right. Right. Put a star mark and write down short run. A stage O, a stage O, a stage O time period, stage or time period in production in production, where a business organization business organization business org- is unable increase or change certain inputs used in production certain used in production when attempting to increase output. Increase output. Within bracket, write down at least one input used in production by the firm remains fixed for the highlight at least one. If at least one factors of production, the production only. At least one factors of production cannot be changed for that production process goes to short run. Very comprehensive, very technically perfect definition. A stage or time period in production where a business organization is unable to increase or change certain inputs. Some inputs used in production when attempting to increase output. At least one output used in production by the firm. This is called short run production. Next point, Lamai. There are two types of inputs in the short run. Then, Buddha, if you look at a short run production process, Buddha, you can see two types of resources. Right? One is, Buddha, the resources which can be changed. Those are called variable inputs. And inputs which cannot be changed, like machinery. Then, Buddha, if you look at a short run production process, you can see two types of inputs. Some are variable. Variable means Buddha can be changed. Fixed means cannot be changed. ඔයාට එහෙම definition එකක් දෙන්නත් පුළුවන් ළමයි. Short run production the stage or time period where we can see both fixed and variable inputs. That's also okay. Nothing wrong. Right? Next point. And remember, there are two variables. Variables mean, sorry, two types of input and variable. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ළමයි workers, raw materials and power can electricity, maybe whatever power, third of power which is used in the production process ළමයි, those are called variable. Machines, equipment, building, ළමයි plant, මේවා තමයි ගොඩක් වෙලාවට fixed. හරිද? Third one, a firm will be unable to change fixed input short run, but firm is able to expand its production by increasing variable input. Now remember, short run, firm in the short run doesn't mean that they can't expand the production. No. They can increase the production. They can increase or expand the production up to certain level by increasing only some variables, some inputs. But remember, there's a limitation. But it doesn't mean that they cannot increase. No. They also can by increasing not all inputs, some inputs. Right? Fixed inputs are fixed inputs are production techniques, buildings, machinery, and equipment which cannot be changed as output. That these are just common, general examples, right? Sometimes buildings can be we can say variable in one of the one industry, right? That's why I told you these concepts are subjective, depends on the business. You okay with this? Yes, the number. Right, daily wages and raw materials are considered as variable inputs, and these inputs vary directly with output. Am I okay with this? Done? Need out?
No, sir.
Alan, clear? Punara?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Andy? Yeah. Lamai, can you write down this point as well? Like, not given this point in. Page number 12, Buddha, there's a space, right? Here. Write down this point as well. Write down this as well. The distinction between difference lama. Between economic short run and long run. Economic short run and long run. Short run and long run does not depend on calendar time period. Means Buddha, we can't say firm in let's say Buddha, firm in hotel industry, right, can start their loan run after 6 months, after 1 year. It depends on the business and industry and also capacity or ability of depends on calendar type. Does not depend on calendar. Right. Next one lamai short run production function. Now you know what production function is. Now we are going to apply we are going to adjust what we have learned into short run. We have learned production function as a common one now. General concept. Production function, it indicates the technical relationship between and outputs. Now production function in the short run production. So I'm not going to give you the definition of long run, right? It will be discussed after completing short run. Okay, the simple idea of long run is a time period or stage of production where all can be changed in or expand the output. Okay, the right. In the long run, there are not two variables. All are variable, not fixed. No fixed inputs there. All become variable. Okay, the lamai. Right. This is very simple lamai. Short run production function. Quantity output basically depends on K and L. So that is K and L. Then don't ask why is other K you told us that K is used for indicate capital and L for labor. So what about other factors? That's why I have put that dotted line lamai. Indicates there are so many other factors of production lamai. Okay, the lamai. K and L in the short run lamai. The short run. I mean, firm in a short run can increase the output level, no issue. They can expand the output level up to certain level by increasing only variable input, some inputs, right? Some inputs are fixed. So we use this bar to indicate K is fixed. K is fixed means some inputs are fixed. Okay, the llama. If they want to increase the output, they have only one option. What is option? They need to increase some inputs, right? The inputs which can be changed in the short run indicated by letter L. Okay, the lamai. Here this bar, this symbol shows lamai. K is fixed. Some inputs are fixed. Okay, the lamai. Here, and this is called short run production function. Short run production simple ළම අරකම තමයි පොඩ්ඩක් අර K අපි fix කරනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ අර අපි එක කියන්නේ සමහර ඒවා අපිට change කරන්න බෑ. Clear ද ළම? Right? Output basically depends on increasing some inputs. Are you okay with this? Clear ද ළම? K fix. I think definition has not been given. Can you write down the definition? Short run production function. Short run production function. Put a star mark and write. Now you know ළමයි. Short run production function, it is a technical relationship indicating the relationship between outputs in the short run ළමයි. The short run production process. Write down the short run production function. Short run production function is the technological relationship. The technological relation between inputs and outputs and outputs in a period where at least one factors of production is at least one factors of production showing how output respond, how output in how output responds to changes in variable inputs, changes in variable இதெல்லாம் வரும். Right. Then you can write down the short run production. තමයි අරකම තමයි අපි අර K වලින් පොඩි බා එකක් දානවා මොකද මේක ෆික්ස් කියලා කියන්නේ. හරි අරකම තමයි. හැබැයි මෙහෙමයි. ඔයාලගේ සමහරවල් එක්සෑම් එකේ අහනවා ළමයි in the difference between short run and long run. සමහරවල්ට අහනවා ළමයි in the difference between short run production function and long run production. Okay, ළමයි. So two different questions. There is a connection but different question.
Done, sir.
Right. Okay. Santil, හරියද පුතා? Right. Write this. This is short run production. Others ළමයි කලන okay නේද ළමයි? Then පුතා this is important point. Color. Short run production process acts according to highlight the word lamai. The behavior of short run production process is explained by the law of diminishing return. Don't worry about names, words, everything will be explained. Just remember the behavior of short run production process is explained or analyzed by the law of diminishing returns. example එකක් ළමයි අපි මෙහෙම කරමු. අපි අපි පොඩ්ඩක් මෙහෙම කරමු ළමයි. If we can divide all people into two categories, right? Low income earners and high income earners. Low income earners and high income earners. All people into two categories. Low income earners, high income earners. That is this example ළමයි. Not middle class, huh? Low and high. Okay, the ළමයි. Then behavior of low income earners are different ළමයි. I mean, the behavior of low income earners and high income earners are, totally different. Or educated and uneducated. And don't answer how do you divide people into categories, educated and uneducated. So the behavior of non-educated category is different with behavior of educated category. Okay, so here in the short run, the behavior of short run output or production cost, especially cost, are different with long run, not same. Right? So remember, the behavior of short run production process is analyzed by the law. There is a law. There is an accepted rule or theory. That theory is called law of diminishing returns. Law of law of diminishing returns. Short run production process is subject to the law of diminishing returns. With not shows, it should be shows or indicates, shows when variable factors are combined with fixed factor, output eventually increase. Okay, just output, sorry, law of diminishing. Any issue? Yes. The law of the short run, the behavior of short run production process is explained by the law of diminishing returns. Law of diminishing. Clear the lamai. This is a theory lamai. The long run production process. This is long run production process function. Sorry, not QS. Q basically depends on output tamai lamai. Sorry, inputs tamai. But all are variable. There's no all are variable input. The behavior of long run production process or the production process is explained by the law of returns to scale lamai. Returns to scale. Okay, the lamai. So there are two types of theories lamai. These are theories, right? Okay. Everything will be explained in detail, don't worry. Right. Next one. Concepts of total product, average product, and marginal product. Total product, marginal product, and average. So that we are going to draw a diagram. Product curves. We are going to draw product curves. There are 3 product curves. Before drawing product curves, lamai, better to understand the concept. Total product curve, what is mean by PP, what is mean by average product, and what is mean by marginal. Product mean put the output, number of units. Number of units. Put a star mark and write down my total product. I'll explain that using example before jump into definitions. Listen. Lamai, when coming to the class next day, please bring a graph sheet. Okay, we need few graph sheet, like roll diagrams, my 4 or 5 graph sheets, right? Or you can use Excel sheet. You insert this data into an Excel sheet with that, you can see the very clear diagrams. Okay. Yeah, is it why when you are in the class, Nesa? You might miss something. Okay, anyway, the video will be uploaded. Right. Total product. Right. Okay. Now I assume there's a production firm. Let's say garment factory. Typical example, right? There's a garment factory where t-shirts are produced. Lama, say t-shirts. Say lamai, right? Capital, sorry, one machine is there. This is number of labor, sorry, machine. We can say K lamai, K and L. L mean labors, labors, and total output lamai. Total product mean total output. How many units are being produced lamai? Units are not the cost. Units lamai 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, 3 t-shirts, ever. Cost neme lamai. Cost curves are different. This output is measured in terms of units lama. Units, number of physical units lama. 1, 2, 3, not rupee value. Cost is measured by, is always cost, as I told you last week. The cost is always monetary. These are not cost. Don't get me wrong. These are not cost. Output, right? Number of units. Total product, average product, and marginal. Right. Assume Putta, this firm has only one machine. No, 2 machines. So machines are fixed, only 2. Right? Even though 2 machines are there, lamai, they try to expand the production by increasing only labors. Lamai. Then first one, no labors. 2 machines there, but no labors. Can they produce t-shirts, lamai? Tell me. Only 2 machines are there, but no workers at all. Production process is empty, lamai. No any human involvement or human behavior or mental, physical production process. Something tell me, can they produce any single unit? Kalana? No labors, no raw materials, only 2 machines. Output should be 0, no t-shirts. 0. Then lamai 2 machines and they have decided to hire 1 worker. After hiring 1 worker, Buddha, at end of the day, let's say Buddha, 20 units are being produced. This is called total output, TP. TP means total product or total output. How many units are, how many physical units are being produced? 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 units there. Okay, the lamai. Average product mean Buddha, average value. How to calculate average value? Can you remember that O level school, your class teacher in your report card, Buddha, after the term test, they calculate average value, average marks. How did your class teacher calculate average marks, Lamai? Yes. Tell me, Lamai, how does your class teacher calculate average mark?
Total marks divided by number of
Subjects, Lamai. What does it mean, Lamai? Assume you have scored, let's say, Buddha 350 for 7 subjects. Then how much the average marks? 15 hai Lamai. 15 hai. What is mean by this average mark? What does it indicate, Lamai? When you see 50, right? What comes to your mind? On average, Pudha, this student is able to score 50 marks per subject. Doesn't mean that student scores 50 for all subject. On average. On average, how to calculate average value? Total value need to be divided by number. Sorry, here number of labors. AP is calculated total product divided by L. Okay. Here total production, sorry, average product should be 20 divided by 1, 20. Right. Then Buddha, assume this firm wants to expand the output, right? Even though they want to increase the output, Buddha, they can't increase all inputs because some are fixed. Then while they keep the capital fixed, they have recruited another labor. Now 2 labors there. Okay, but machines are fixed. Only 2, but labors have been increased. Then assume total output is, let's say, 48. What does it mean? At the end of the day, 2 workers together, 2 workers have produced 48 units of t-shirts. Wow. Okay, A and L. Okay, when increasing labors by 1 Buddha, output has increased from 20 to 48. Then how to calculate average value? Average value 48, total value divided by number of labors. Then 48 divided by 2 කියන්නේ 24 නේද ළමයි? What does it mean ළමයි? What is mean by this? What does it indicate, this average value? What does this average value indicate? It means Buddha, one worker, on average, one worker produces 24 t-shirts per day. Okay, the lamai. Right. Then lamai, assume to increase the output further, they have recruited another labor. Now 3 labors are in the production process. Assume Buddha, total output is, let's say, 90 units. This is total output. Then how to calculate average value? The 90 divided, sorry, 90 divided by 3, which mean lamai 30. What is mean by 30 lamai? What does it indicate? On average lamai, one worker in the production able to produce 30 t-shirts at end of the day. That's called average value. Are you okay with this? Lamai, in economics, if you see this M, letter M, marginal, delta need to be taken. Okay, the lamai. Example, MP mean marginal product. Marginal product is calculated delta TP over delta L. Delta change in total product. Change in total product divided by change in labors. Change in variable inputs. How to calculate? Change in total product. Here, how much? 28 ne 28 over 1. Then marginal product should be calculated in between 2 values. 24. Okay. Then there's a concept called marginal cost. If you see this word, sorry, letter M, delta should be taken. My marginal cost is calculated delta T over delta Q. Then there's another concept called marginal propensity to consume, MPC. M තියනවා කියන අනිවාර්යෙන් ළමයි delta ගන්න ඕන. How to calculate MPC? ළමයි delta C over delta YD. Then there's another concept called marginal revenue, delta TR over delta Q. Okay, the lamai. If you want to calculate marginal value, are you okay with this? Clear the lamai. Examples will be discussed. Just remember the concept. That's enough. But then no need to write this down. I have just explained them. Right. Then total product. What is mean by total product? Now no need to blindly memorize. Right. What is mean by total product, lamai? Total product, simple idea is total output in the production process. How many units have been produced? Okay, the lamai. Write down total product is the maximum output. PP is the maximum output. Output, say, obtainable maximum output obtainable from a given combination given of inputs. This is measured in terms of number of units lamai. Okay, right. Next one, average product. Average, AP. Average product. Write down average product AP is AP is. Now we are talking about short run production process. Long run මම මුකුත් ගියේ නෑ තාම. Short run එකේ definition කොහොමද explain කරා. දැන් we are in the short run production process. After completing the entire theory part of short run production process, I'll be moving to long run. Okay, the lamai. Right. Average product AP is the output per unit lamai. අර ඔයාලගේ per subject average calculate per unit of the variable factor. Unit of the variable input.
Sir, can't see the screen.
Sorry, Lama, sorry. Sorry. AP is the output per unit of the variable input. That's enough, Lama. Variable input. How many units are being produced by one worker, or that is also called productivity as well. How did we calculate productivity of factors of production? Number of output divided by inputs. Right. It can be calculated right down, Lama. Average product equals average product equals total product divided by total product by you can say lamai number of labors or number of variable inputs. Okay, the lamai put a short formula is AP equals, write down that one also. AP, average product, equals total product divided by EP by L, the short one. Okay, the lamai. Next one, marginal. In economics, this marginal concept, right? bit different. And also the right, okay. Are you done with average product? Yes. Shall we move on?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Next one.
Yes.
Marginal product. With write down the definition. Called MP. Marginal product. It has huge sense. Marginal value. Marginal value with a simple idea is the change in total product resulting from increase in variable inputs by 1 unit. As a result of recruiting one labor, how many units have been changed or how many units have been added to the total output. That is called marginal value. How many units have been added by the one worker? Oh, I mean not one worker, I mean the one additional worker. Okay. Write down marginal product is the change. Write down marginal product is the change. MP. Marginal product is the change. හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න ඔය marginal ගන්නකොට හැම වෙලාවකම change එක ගන්න ළමයි. Right? MP. Marginal product MP is the change in total product. Total product. Total product resulting from what? Resulting from employment of an additional unit of variable factor. Variable factor. Simple idea lamai. It shows marginal value shows the change in total product resulting from employment of an additional unit. ළමයි අපි labor කෙනෙක් අපි hire කරාට පස්සේ එයා කොච්චරක් add කරනවද total product එකට කියලා. How many units are being added by one additional worker or one additional we can say one additional variable factor. That is called marginal. Okay, the lamai. Write down marginal product MP. Calculate marginal product. Product equals change in total product. Change in total product. Change in total product. Okay, the lamai. Divided by change. හැම වෙලාවකම change එක ගන්න ඕන ළමයි. Change in, we can say variable inputs. Variable හරිද ළමයි? Short formula is MP equals marginal product equals. Now we need to draw a separate diagram for marginal product. This is called marginal product curve. MP equals total product divided by quantity. Sorry, not total product. Change in total product. marginal product equals MP equals delta TP, change in total product. Change in total product over L. L means labels. Okay, right, done. These are the definitions and E. Then small calculation. The following table shows the total product, average product, and marginal products in the short run. The short run. Then Buddha, you are given some information extracted from particular production process. Inputs තියෙනවා variables දීලා තියෙනවා variables එකේ වල labels තියෙනවා fixed වලට capital තියෙනවා මේ බලන්න ළමයි මේකේ capital change වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ fixed inputs 10 10 10 because firm is not able to change fixed input. Example machinery ළමයි, right? Even though machines are remain constant, they try to increase the output, they try to expand the output total product by increasing only labors. That is the only option they have. Okay, the ළමයි එයාලට ඉතින් machines නැත්නම් fixed inputs increase කරන්න බෑ කියලා ඉතින් එයාලට උඩ බලන් ඉඳලා හරියන්නේ නැහැ නේ ළමයි මොකක් හරි කරලා output එක increase කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒත් එයා කරන්නේ laborsලා ගොඩක් ගන්නවා ළමයි. හරිද? Total product, calculate average product ළමයි. How to calculate average product? TP over 1T. Sorry, TP over number of workers. Can you calculate average product ළමයි? Put up for first one, no average product. 0 නේ ළමයි. Second one, 3 over 1. Average product should be 3. Second one ළමයි. Total product 10, labors 2. 10 over 5. Sorry, 10 over 2. 5. Can you complete the table ළමයි? Third one, when 3 employees are in the production process ළමයි, 24 units are being produced. Then on average Putha, one worker is able to produce 24 over 3, 8 units. They understand, please look at the behavior of average product ළමයි. Initially it starts to increase 3, 5, 8, then ළමයි 36 over 4, 9 නේද ළමයි. Then 40 over 5, 8 අන්න ළමයි. It starts to decrease. ඊට පස්සේ ළමයි 42 over 6, 42 7 නේද ළමයි 42 over 6. Next one, again 42. So that this point is very special point. Why? Even though firm has increased labors, output remains unchanged. 6 labors also produce 42, right? Even though firm has hired one more worker, firm output hasn't changed. Very special point, right? Next one, 8 workers there, then output has decreased. Understand? Even total product has fallen. That is how short-run production process behaves. How it works. Then 40 over 8, no, sorry, 42 by 6. And finally 40 over 8, how much for that? 5 නේද ළමයි? Are you okay with this, Kalana? Any doubt? Any clarification? Yes? Punara?
No, sir.
No. Alana? Dipna?
No, sir.
Next one. Marginal product. Without marginal, when calculating marginal product, you have to take the difference. Lamai. Change in total product. Take the change in total product. Here, lamai, change in total product is how much? From 0 to 3, change is 3. Divided by change in variable inputs. Lamai. 1. 0 to 1 කියන්නේ 1 නේ ළමයි change එක. change එක තමයි divide කරන්න ඕනේ change එකෙන්. 3 divide by 1 කියන්නේ 3. ඒක දාන්න ඕනි ළමයි මෙන්න මේ in first and second one. When drawing the graph also ළමයි remember we have to mark this point in between two, I mean between 0 and 1. Are you okay with this? How to calculate second marginal product for second point ළමයි? Take the change in total product. 3 to 10 ළමයි. How much is change? Change එක ගන්න හැම වෙලාවකම change එක 7 ළමයි. Change should be divided by change in inputs ළමයි. Change in inputs ළමයි from 1 to 2 change is 1. මේකේ change එක නම් කොහොමවත් 1 නේද ළමයි. එතකොට 7 over 1 එන්න. ඒක දාන්න ඕනි ළමයි මෙන්න මේ in between 1 and 2. 7. ළමයි ඔයාලට මේක clearද? Do you want me to do it on the board? Why I am not responding? Do you want me to do it on the board or are you okay with this calculated marginal product?
It's clear, sir.
Yeah. Alana, Dipna, Remoni what hari the clear the Buddha. Dipna?
Yes, sir.
To another. Right. Wait, Lamai? Not sure. Right. I'm not sure that you have understood. Right. Listen. How to calculate marginal product, Lamai? Marginal product is calculated by dividing change in total product. Sorry. Total product by change in variable input. Take the change lamai. 48 in my example, 48 minus 20 means change is 28. 28 divided by 1. 28 divided by 1. Then answer is 28. It should be put in between 1 and 2. Here the marginal product is 28. Here lamai. From when moving from 0 to 1, I mean when pressed worker is hired, a change in total product 0 to 20. How much a change lamai? 20 divided by change in number of workers 1. 20 divided by 1 can lamai 20. It should put in between 0 and 1. Clear neda lamai? Okay the lamai. So that it means that pressed worker has added 20 units into total output. Second worker, when I mean second worker itself, second worker, right? The second worker has added 28 units into total product. It means the second worker is more productive than first worker. That's why he added 28 units. Lamai. That is called marginal value. Marginal. Marginal value shows the change in total product resulting from, we can say, adding one variable inputs into total inputs. I think it's clear. You can do it, complete the table. Okay, then put that this, please we can use a graph sheet. Okay, please bring a graph sheet. I want you to draw these diagrams now. I'm not going to give you diagrams. Right? Draw it yourself and understand how it works. I mean, not one graph, there are so many graphs. Okay, the lamai. Draw it yourself. That is the best way to learn. Okay, the lamai. Right. Next day I'll show you. I couldn't do any term test question lamai. I expected to cover this part within 1 hour, but I could. Short run product curves. Short run product curves. I'm not going to draw this one. I'll draw it next day. Please complete the table. If you have time, Buddha, you can draw these curves as well. But anyway, you don't know how to draw it, right? How to label axis. So it's okay, Buddha. Let's at least, Buddha, I want you to complete the table. Right. Okay. Right. Lama, any doubt? Then Buddha,
No, sir.
here, yeah, these are the very important point. Remember these points. First one is you should be able to explain production function. What does it indicate, and how is it shown mathematically? Then very important one is the difference with short run production process and long run production. Short run production process is where stage time period where business organization not able to change all factors of production in order to the output level. At least one factors of production is fixed. That is called short run. Short run production process is explained by the theory of diminishing returns. And short run production function. Short run production function. After that, Buddha, we discussed 3 important product concepts: total product, average product, and okay. Next Sunday, Buddha, I'll be drawing these diagrams clearly with right. Okay, Lamai, that's enough today. See you next day.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Bye. See you next day.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Good night.